And welcome to the City of Palms in Deep South Texas. It's time for another edition of Football Night in McAllen. And tonight, it's the number one offense against the number one defense. The McAllen Memorial Mustangs taking on La Joya Juarez-Lincoln in District 30 6A action. Live from right here in McAllen at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's all coming up next right here on this station, MITV. And there you can see us up here in the booth. I'm Mark May, along with Joey Calvillo. And Joey, good to see you as always. And should be an exciting game tonight. I know Memorial has a bit of incentive. They can clinch something here important tonight.
Yeah, they can clinch with 2 games left. It's amazing. You can. This team is such a great offensive team. They know how to run the ball effectively, passing it when they want to. But they're coming up against the number one defense in the district. The Huskies play defense very well. If you look at the one game that they really did not play very well, it's against Mac High. They give up a lot of points, double-digit points in that one. But everywhere else, they really held them down to such a low yardage percentage outside of their characteristics. Now, Memorial on the other side, defensively, they've got to get their seniors involved. Lotta, number 44, he's got to get those tackles. He's the leading tackler for the Memorial Mustangs right now. He's got to continue going in for that game, and then look for his juniors and seniors behind him to continue that trend in the defense.
All right, well, let's take a look at our keys to tonight's game for Memorial and Juarez-Lincoln both. First, for Memorial, I think we got to establish the run. Memorial, that's their bread and butter. They're the number one team in the district with the running game, and they, of course, have the number one offense. And then second, one for Juarez-Lincoln, they want to avoid the big play. Memorial's a big play kind of team. Campbell Spates, we've seen him take it the length of the field. Juarez-Lincoln needs to hold those down, keep the score in the teens and the low 20s. And then finally, for both teams, we mentioned that number one in offense against number one in defense. Control the line of scrimmage. Whoever can control that line of scrimmage, plug the gaps, stop the run on either team and keep them from getting them out of their comfort zone is going to be able to control the tempo of this game. So there you have a look at our keys. We're going to continue in a moment with our pregame show. We'll take a break, talk more in just a moment, have our national anthem coming up. All that and more in a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
For over 35 years, Fred's Pharmacy has been blessed with great customer loyalty that has put us where we are today. Now we feel it's time that we give back to the community that has done so much for us over the years. We're proud to announce that we've partnered with McAllen ISD as the field naming rights sponsor for the next 10 years. Veterans Memorial Stadium will remain. Only the field name will change to Fred's Pharmacy Field. It's with the great pride that we make this investment for the children and the future of McAllen. Stay tuned for upcoming changes to Fred's Pharmacy to better suit your pharmaceutical needs.
It's going on now. Our Big Red Tag Sale, only at Gonzalez Furniture.
Save big on this transitional 7-piece living room package.
Includes a 2-piece living room set,
3-piece end table,
and 2 lamps for only $14.95.
Buy it today.
Get it delivered today.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Two beats, 2 clocks. Boom! Boom! 2 beats, 2 clocks. Ah! Ah! 2 beats, 2 clocks. Boom! Ah! Boom! Ah!
Beautiful opening montage there dedicated to the McAllen Memorial Mustangs here on Football Night in McAllen. And before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. Now, La Joya Juarez-Lincoln won the toss, but they deferred, so Memorial will receive. They'll have Angel Amagad in there at quarterback, the junior who's been the starter since day one. Campbell Spates, the freshman running back in there, along with Emilio Mendez. And then Jace Bazan is a new starter at receiver. Will Garcia and Trey Earhart round out the backs and receivers. Offensive line, Ricky Garcia is the left tackle. He's also their kicker and punter. One of the captains is Esteban Pettis, the left guard. Then we have Armando Garcia, Aaron Ramirez, and Noah Godinez in on offensive line. Now taking a look at the defense for Juarez-Lincoln here tonight. And they'll be starting with their defensive line. They have a 4-3 defense, and Jean Cesar, seniors in their defensive end, along with Norberto Lomeli, Miguel Valles, and Abram Aguilar. And then their linebacker core, Eliud Gonzalez, Joseph Valdez, and Benito Gonzalez. And then their defensive backfield consists of Manuel Crescenio, Elias Gutierrez, Brandon Garcia, and Victor Garcia. Pretty young secondary there, 3 juniors and a sophomore. And in fact, they have 7 juniors starting on their defense. So, but of course, this late in the season, they have picked up a lot of experience. You see the color guard coming out here for a moment. And we'll have the Star Spangled Banner coming up here in just a moment. Right now, you're hearing Memorial's alma mater. And Memorial coming in at 6-2 on the season. La Joya Juarez-Lincoln at 4-5. As we see the offense for La Joya Juarez-Lincoln, they got Andrew Rodriguez will be in there at quarterback. He's a senior, but they're still a pretty young team though. Adonis Barrias, Eddie Hernandez in the backfield. Then the receivers, CJ Flores, Harley Vargas, and Esai Galvan. Galvan also a backup quarterback. Then their offensive line, Ulysses Garcia, Ruben Garcia, Jesus Joya is the center. Fernando Hernandez, Julio Montsevalles round out their offensive line. 3 juniors and 2 seniors in that O-line. And looking at the defense for Memorial tonight, 4-3 defense. We got Gutierrez, Lara Acosta is a new starter at defensive tackle, then Opazo in their defensive end. And looking at the linebacker core, for Memorial tonight, an experienced one, Bagstad and Sanchez flanking Jared Lara, one of the team captains. And then the defensive backfield, also a lot of experience there. Ace Chavez and Victor Castillo at the corners, Joey Delgado and Trace Domian, both of whom are captains, are the 2 safeties. And now let's pause for our national anthem, presented by the McAllen Memorial Marching Band.
Again, thank you, veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, McAllen Memorial High School Marine Corps Junior team proudly presents the colors for the night game. The commander in charge of the color guard detail carrying the United States flag is Cadet Sergeant.
On the right side is Cadet Sergeant Edgar Davila. These are all students. On the left side, Cadet Cassandra Bazan carrying the U.S. flag, and the commander of the color guard is Cadet Sergeant Josefina Bueno. And then carrying the Marine Corps flag is Cadet Second Lieutenant Luciano Rangel. They're both under the instruction of Colonel Alfredo Longoria and Sergeant Roman Rodriguez at McAllen Memorial. I believe Andrea Gutierrez is going to be singing our national anthem tonight. She's from McAllen Memorial's choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, wonderfully done by Andrea Rodriguez, singer from McAllen Memorial Choir, under the direction of Mr. Omar Samaniego. And we're ready to play some football. McAllen Memorial taking on La Joya Juarez-Lincoln. Should be an interesting matchup. Of course, Memorial comes in the big favorite. If they win tonight, they win the district title outright, and that means an automatic home field berth for the first playoff game. It used to be up in the air in the past. It would be a coin flip or something like that, but no more. Now a district champion will host a playoff game. So that's something there to fight for. And these two teams about ready to tangle here at Fred's Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium.
And that was a pilot program started last year, Mark, that it gave an incentive for people to win district. Like if you need more incentive than the title itself. But it gave them a bonus that if you won district, now you get to host a home game, at least one home game, instead of relying on a coin flip. Now they mandated it's going to go through all the districts next year, which is really nice. I like seeing that.
There we see the McAllen Memorial Mustangs coming out here. They're ready to play. All excited, and they'll be going on offense first. Let's take a look at the standings here between these two, and you'll see McAllen Memorial is in first place. The 6-2 overall record. They come in winning 5 consecutive games. They are 4-0 in the district, and there you see how they've done so far this year. Won their opener against Pioneer, then they lost 2 games. One of them kind of one-sided against San Benito, then a close one, a nail-biter to Westaco East, and then have won 5 straight over Los Fresnos, Palmview Mission, McAllen High School, and La Joya Coyotes. Now play their third La Joya team. They can get a clean sweep of the La Joya schools with a win here tonight. And there's how the Huskies come in. They started off with a win over PSJA Memorial, lost at Rio Hondo, beat Donna North, lost to Ed Count Chelsea. Kind of topsy-turvy, lost their district opener to Nicky Rowe, then they lost to Palmview before they beat Mission, and La Joya sandwiched around a loss to the McAllen Bulldogs that you alluded to, Joey, that they kind of gave up an unusual number of points. You see, aside from a couple of exceptions back in the pre-district, but in district they've been a pretty stingy defense.
Yeah, it was a different squad here in district play. And if you look at their standings, you see the 2 and 3. Well, they only got one district game left. That's tonight. Mm-hmm. Huskies need to win tonight in order to at least give themselves chances.
Yeah, their season is done tonight if they don't make the playoffs, which is kind of strange, though, because I guess you're allowed to keep practicing if you have a chance at the playoffs, but they won't really know till after next week. Yeah,
you have a log jam at 2 and 2 with Rowe, La Joya Palmview, and McAllen because of last Friday night. That's just something unusual to see that many teams log jammed at second place. But hey, that's what it's all about. You allow every team now has a chance. But Memorial, the elite of this district.
Yeah, and you saw with all those teams with 2 losses, that's why Memorial, who has 0 losses in district, has a chance to clinch tonight. They pick up their 5th win out of only 6 district games, and there'd be no way anyone could catch them. Well, we're underway here. Here's the kickoff. Fielded short squib kick at about the 29. Memorial runs it up to about their 40. About 11-yard return there for Jay De Los Reyes, senior defensive back.
You kind of live and die with a squib kick. You don't want to kick it deep and have those fast runners for Memorial get that ball and get more than the yardage that you want them to get. But at the same thing, you give them good field position. Right now they're on the 40-yard line, and that's a tough thing for their defense to come from.
Yeah, I think you're usually hoping somebody who's not used to handling the ball will mishandle it or something like that. You might get some kind of big play out of it, but it works in Memorial's favor. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line, just underway between the Huskies and the Mustangs. A handoff straight ahead. It looks like Emilio Mendez, and he turns his way up for about 5 yards.
Well, Mendez is the second leading rusher for the Mustangs here, and he's a kind of guy that he's not a fullback. He's not that big. He's tall, but he's not the wide body you normally have for a fullback. He can block very well, but watch out when he has that ball in his hand. He's a pinball machine.
You see Mendez there on the right side of your screen as Almaguer, quarterback, comes up under center. Mustangs wearing their white pants with the navy blue jerseys and the powder blue helmets and numerals. They hand it off. This is Campbell Spates. First carry, crosses the 50, first down, takes off into the open field, cuts inside out the 40, at the 30, at the 21 man chasing to cut him off at the 10-yard line, and is down at about the 11-yard line. A big run there for Campbell Spates, the freshman, who nearly takes it the distance all the way to Juarez-Lincoln's 11.
And that's what makes this freshman so special. And the way he moves, it's just so smooth. You look, he makes a cut there, moves up the field, and keeps on moving. He's making moves as he's going forward, and that's what you want from your runner. Look at that. He's keep on getting positive yards every single step.
And hope you're enjoying this game. We're able to bring it to you live right here on your Ustream channel, McAllen ISD.org. Toss left. This is Mendez. Has some blocking and gets up to about the 5-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. They can get a first down without picking up a touchdown.
And what makes this offense run, Mark, is the fact that if you're not carrying the ball, you're blocking. Look at Spates up there making blocks for Mendez and the quarterback as well, doing the same thing. So if you have your receivers, your running back, your quarterback blocking ahead of the ball carrier, you're going to be successful.
And Memorial very successful in this opening drive. Just 3 plays. They're down to the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Handed off over left tackle. This is Mendez. Mendez is in the end zone. I don't see a signal yet. Now we do, and that's a touchdown for the Mustangs. McAllen Memorial on the board quickly here. In just 4 plays, they take it 60 yards and cash in.
Well, of course, that big play you talked about, that was part of the keys of the game. You cannot allow a big play for the Huskies. Fact, you can't allow Spates to run out in space. That's not what you want to do. You want to stop them in 4 and out, and 3 and out, and make them punt as much as possible.
So they're lined up for the extra point try. Joey Delgado will hold. Ricky Garcia is the kicker. Right-footed kicker, and they mishandled the snap. Garcia picks it up, rolling to his right, throws it toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. They tried to do the fire drill, and pass was intended for Jared Lotta on the scramble. But
and what a play by the Husky, Luke Gonzalez, number 24. Bats that ball away. Don't try to get the interception. Just knock the ball out of the way. And if you look at it here, he did such a great job. This is a touchdown. Mendez is such a powerful runner between the tackles. I'm going to enjoy seeing him run today.
Just another look at the TD before we go to break. See the handoff to Mendez there. Look at the superb blocking there. We saw Armando Garcia, the center, leading it along with the guards, Aaron Ramirez and Esteban Pettis. And Mendez goes in for the TD. And extra point try was no good. It's 6-0 is our score. Right here on Football Night at McAllen. So we'll keep it here, by the way, as we get ready for kickoff.
As a La Joya coach, you don't want to see those blue jerseys that far deep into your backfield. They're at the linebacker level. It's like, gosh, guys, you can't let those offensive linemen make that much of a push, because now it allows your running back even more space to get past that line of scrimmage. So as a defense, I know those coaches on the other side are saying, hey, defensive line, hold your gap. Don't let anybody get past you, because that's going to be positive yardage for them.
Yeah, we saw that with Spates on that 44-yard run that helped set up the touchdown. As he took that outside, then cut it back inside initially, somebody missed a gap there, and that allowed him to take advantage. And, of course, with that speed, he can really burst it deep in a hurry. Here's the kickoff for the Mustangs. This is a squib kick, picked up at about the 14, run up across the 20, 25, and up near the 28-yard line. A good return there for number 4, Elias Gutierrez.
Well, it's funny. It's funny, Mark. I was talking about squib kicks to one of my daughter's good friends. He's a kicker for Vela, and I was asking him why. What does he do during practice? He says, "Well, I work on squib kicks. That's all I do." I said, "Really?" He says, "That's what the coaches want me to do." It's a trend in the Valley to keep the big play away from your special teams.
Well, I remember last year it seemed like it was a trend to do those pooch kicks up in the air and kick them into the dead spots in the kick coverage team, trying to get there before they could recover it. But I guess it's a new trend here in the special teams game. They're going to throw it on 1st and 10. A man is open, caught down the left sideline, and then out of bounds.
Wow, that's a great play on 1st down. You had the pressure up the middle from the D lineman of Memorial, and just gave him enough time to get that ball. And just a beautiful catch, like they've been doing all season long.
Yeah, 31 yards on the pickup there. And maybe caught the defense unawares just a little bit. A nice catch there by Harley Vargas. So they set up, La Joya does, in Mustang territory at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap, they're going to hand this off. Running right side, and he's brought down. Great open field tackle there by Trace Domian, the safety, to come in from that position and make the stop on 84, Albert Martinez.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your safety. Come up and identify the run, come up and make the solid tackle. Didn't need anybody else, just a solid tackle from your safety.
So that brings up 2nd down and 8 for the Huskies, who are wearing the white jerseys with the red trim on the gray pants, the gray helmets. And they'll hand this off. Looks like a counter play up the middle. Gets a little bit of yardage up to about the 35-yard line before Jared Lotta is in there for the stop.
Yeah, Jared Lotta is the number one tackler in this team. I mentioned it earlier, and he needs to be all around the ball in order to be successful for this Mustang defense. You look at that right there. First tackle is missed, and then Lotta comes in and wraps him up like a good leading tackler should.
Jacob Cadetta, defensive tackle, number 64, also helping out there. There you see Cadetta on the right side, along with Chris Lotta, the other defensive tackle, number 48. So Rodriguez will be under center now here on 3rd down and 5. Man goes in motion. That's Vargas. They're going to hand this off going left. That's Badias. Badias trying to get outside, and another open field tackle, and that's Domian again.
And this is what they're trying to do. If you look at what Juarez-Lincoln is trying to do, is they're trying to use misdirection in the backfield. All the motions go on one side, and then run the ball to the other side. And your linebackers and your safeties have to stay at home, and that's what he did right there. Beautiful tackle, almost got away, but that's exactly what you need from your safeties when they're doing that misdirection play.
Domian is making open field tackles on both sides of the ball, and there we see Domian in man coverage on Vargas. Although this is going to be a punting formation, 4th down and 8. And there's a punt aiming for the right side, trying to keep this inside the 20, and a good job of that as the ball is killed at the 17-yard line. So it'll be Mustang football at their own 17.
Well, they used to talk about that as a lost art. We mentioned it last Friday as an art that has not happened with punters lately. It used to be called a coffin kick. Try to get it deep inside the 10-yard line.
Old coffin corner.
Yeah. Coffin corner. And they got it within the 20. That's exactly what you want. Now, the defense needs to stay firm for Juarez-Lincoln. And again, if you're Memorial, hey, let's go score another touchdown.
At Memorial, last time they had the ball after the opening kick, 4 plays, 60 yards, and they scored Mendez carrying it in from 5 yards out. Campbell with a 44-yard run. And here's a toss right to Campbell, going to the right side of the field, strung out well by the defense, and Campbell only picks up a few. Tackle made by Gutierrez.
And you look at this on TV, and you're not going to see the speed of the runner as well as you can see it on the field. He looks like he's going really slow. All of a sudden, Spates turns it up, and he's past you. He turned that corner, and that's exactly what you want from your runner. Be patient, and then boom, hit it up the field. And that's amazing for a freshman to have that kind of patience as a runner.
Yeah, just wait for the hole to develop. Yeah, he's got those superb instincts and good coaching, too. Now here they come with 2 tight ends, split backfield as Almaguer rolls out to his left and hits Spates out of the backfield. As Spates will catch it but get no more. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, again, we talk about his running ability, and that's a catching ability of him as well is amazing, because what you need from a running back is not only be a danger in the backfield, and you call him a triple threat. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball, and also he can show he can block. And that's what you need from a running back. And again, it's such amazing to see this young kid as a freshman have those instincts of a seasoned running back. Maybe that brother had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, play with your big brother, Trevor Spates, who's now a freshman at Stanford University. Here on 3rd down and 3, they're going to toss this left. That's Mendez, has some room on the short side, crosses the 30 and picks up the 1st down, and the Mustangs keep the drive alive.
Talk about a 1-2 punch for the Mustangs. It's going to be difficult for some defenses in the playoffs to match up against these 2 running backs. And you look at him, he's going to bowl somebody over, just tries to look for contact. Mendez is not the elusive running back that Spates is. He's a bull.
Yeah, the classic bull in the china shop, isn't he? He's going to force his way through. It's not going to be pretty, but he's going to be effective. 10.5 to play, or 6 minutes left in the first quarter. 6-0 is our score, Memorial. And here's a big run here for Mendez. His big hole up the middle, across the 40 to about the 45, and that'll be another 1st down after a 13-yard pickup.
And if we get to show this replay, you're going to look at the offensive line make this gigantic hole right there. 66 shuts his man out, and that's Ricky Garcia. Ricky Garcia, the tackle, the left tackle, doing his job right there. Offensive line creates this gigantic hole. 74, that's Esteban Perez. Great job by the O-line.
Yeah, that was textbook right there. Well, Spates is dotting the I. They're going to give it to Spates right over left guard. Has a big hole up the middle. Found a little seam there, just sliced right through it. A good blocking downfield by Aaron Ramirez, the right guard.
Yeah, Aaron Ramirez, big number 60. You're going to see him pull and just slam his guy. I mean, that's what you don't want to see, big number 60 coming at you as a defensive line, but he was pulling, and all of a sudden, hello, I'm here to block you, and give my running back a lot of space.
And Ramirez, only a junior, but he weighs 285 pounds.
Yeah, he's not a little guy.
Bet he eats a big breakfast.
They feed him well.
Under 5 minutes to play first quarter. Juarez-Lincoln threatening the blitz. They toss this right side, so Spates may have room. Crosses through at the 30. Spins his way forward to about the 24-yard line. And almost broke that one, didn't he?
Man, and Spates was just inches away from breaking that one. But once again, I mean, you've got to hand it to not only the offensive line, but him as well. And hitting that hole fast, getting through the little opening that was there. And then look at his quarterback. I mean, I'm again going upfield blocking. Who sees that from a quarterback? That just shows the dedication of this offense to say, hey, I don't care who you are. Even if you're the fancy quarterback, you're going to go blocking upfield for your running back.
Even if you just get in somebody's way a little bit, someone with the speed of Spates, they can give him enough. He picked up 18 yards. 18-yard pickup by Spates. It's another first down. Here's Spates again, left side. Or rather, this is JoJo Williams. And Williams is breaking tackles left and right, goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And JoJo Williams, with his first carry, goes 24 yards, and the Mustangs have doubled their lead.
Well, just when you thought you're gonna hold him back by getting Spates out because he lost his shoe, then you have the Almaguer, the quarterback. You're going to look at this replay on this touchdown. You're going to see him give up his body and block somebody below the waist and allow JoJo to get into the end zone.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 32. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
Well, that'll be 15 yards on the kickoff, so it'll probably result in a touchback. And what a terrific run by JoJo Williams, who has a lot of speed himself. Came off the bench there, his first carry, 24 yards. And the Mustangs, with 2 possessions, have a 12-0 lead. They're lined up to go for 2. Had a botched extra point on the last possession, so they go for 2 here. Toss to Williams, right side, cuts it in, and is in for the 2-point conversion. Again, great blocking there.
And basically that play is designed to find a hole somewhere in that blocking scheme. Looks like JoJo just found the right hole and got in there quickly.
4:05 to play here in the first quarter, and the Mustangs lead at 14-0. Take another look at
and
that.
Follow number
replay.
12. I mean, right there, boom, block, allows JoJo Williams to get that extra yardage, and then right there, just fighting tackles and getting into the end zone. He really wanted it in zone. His first carry of the night, and gets in quickly.
Well, the Mustangs have run 11 plays. 10 of them have been runs. 1 of them has been a pass.
2-point conversion. Again, it's designed to go to the outside, and JoJo takes it inside when he finds that hole. That's exactly what you want.
All right, let's go ahead and go to break with the score 14-0 McAllen Memorial. Well, you're watching Football Night in McAllen. Back in a moment.
At Lone Star National Bank, we are making a difference because we believe prosperity is best measured by the communities we help build and the lives we help change. Lone Star National Bank, proud to be the Valley's bank.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May with Joey Calvillo from 956 Sports. And a pretty exciting game we're seeing so far. It's been all Mustangs, though.
Yeah, worst case scenario for the Huskies right now, you're going to be trailing 14-0 in the first quarter with 4 minutes left in this game, in this quarter. That's not what you wanted. You wanted to kind of at least have a low-scoring game, maybe keep it to a field goal. But right now, offensive line taking control.
And here's an onside kick by Garcia. Mustangs appear to have it, and they do. It went over 10 yards, and they got it. It's the kicker, Ricky Garcia. Perfect execution there.
Wow, that's exactly what you want from the onside kick. Nobody expected it. Juarez-Lincoln was saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and just get the return. And that was set up because of the penalty on the touchdown against Juarez-Lincoln. And right there, just a little kick, got there 10 yards. And I think Juarez-Lincoln actually touched the ball. No, he was the first guy to touch it. But that's heads up. That's a heads-up play right there.
Yeah, it's taking advantage of the situation. Like you pointed out, the 15-yard penalty gave them a little extra cushion to take that kind of a chance, and it pays off for them. Officials stop it momentarily, but it's 1st and 10, McAllen Memorial at the La Joya 34-yard line. 4 down linemen. They're going to toss this left. That's Spates. Pressure in the backfield. Flag goes down as Spates goes up to the 29, a gain of 5, but we'll see what the penalty's about.
Looks like it's going to be holding against the Mustangs.
Mustangs, by the way, up to 141 yards rushing in this game already.
Personal foul. Chop block. Number 59 and 60 on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Well, I saw a jersey being pulled down, so maybe that was part of the chop block that they saw.
60.
Wow, 2 players.
Yeah, because you have one guy that's up high and one guy is down low, and that constitutes a chop block, and that happened on the backside of that play.
You can see again on the replay that the quarterback, Almagad, is leading interference there for Spates.
He's getting away with all those stereotypes of quarterbacks.
He is.
He's a tough guy.
His teammate, right tackle Noah Godina, is helping him up. Probably appreciates having the extra blocker downfield. And here with under 4 minutes, they hand this off. This is Mendez. Has some room on the right side across the 40, inside the 35-yard line to about the 33, and got most of the penalty yardage back.
And what Mendez is going to do, he's not going to be brought down with arm tackles. You've got to hit him hard in order to bring him down. And right now, Juarez-Lincoln is not doing that. They're hitting him, and he's bouncing off just like he's a pinball machine and heading north and south. Right there, breaking tackle after tackle. There's 2 or 3. There's going to be 4, 5 arm tackles until number 4 finally brings him down.
Yeah, Gutierrez, number 4. We've called his name a lot tonight. He's had a busy night there at that defensive back position. And on 2nd and 10, Almagad is going to throw this one. Caught, man is wide open. And that's Scugan, the backup quarterback. In there is a receiver, and he scoots in for the touchdown. 33-yard connection from Almagad to Scugan. Wow.
Well, you know, Mark, the top 4 leading rushers on this team have now gotten a hold of the ball. Scugan was the 3rd leading rusher and caught a touchdown pass, and he's the backup quarterback. It just shows you there's so much talent on this team. The coach is just utilizing everybody.
That's true. A lot of talent they've had for several years now. Ricky Garcia then hit the extra point. Delgado to hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick up and away. And it's good. And so with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, it's the Mustangs 21 and the Huskies nothing. Let's take another look at that touchdown throw and catch from Almagad to Scugan. Scugan, just a sophomore, but was wide open on this play.
Well, it starts with this. It starts with the play fake. Everybody's buying that they're coming up. The DBs, the safeties are all cheating up, trying to get to the line of scrimmage to make that tackle, because what's happening is they're trying to get their tackle in.
All right, we'll go ahead and go to break. You're watching Football Night at McAllen.
Tired of games, gimmicks, and tricks at other dealerships? Come to Bogus on either end of the valley and get a real deal. It's better at Bogus in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFords.com.
Back here on Football Night at McAllen, I'm Mark May, along with Joey Caldillo from 956 Sports. I don't even think I had a chance to give the scoring on the previous touchdown. The second touchdown, Joey, was 7 plays, 83 yards. This third touchdown drive that followed an onside kick went only 2 plays. There was a penalty in there. 2 plays, 34 yards. And the capper, a 33-yard pass to Scugan from Almagad. Here's the kickoff. Is going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. That looks like Gutierrez on the return is hit at the 20, but still going forward. Fights his way up to about the 24-yard line for La Joya. So La Joya, they need to get something going here, and they're kind of out of their element a little bit now, down 3 touchdowns, aren't they?
And you can tell right now with that kickoff, the coach did a great job. The special team coach says, hey, we have them unbalanced. They don't know what to expect from us. So now they cheat up front, expecting an onside kick or maybe a squib kick. They kick it deep, and then they get the coverage by their coverage team or their kickoff team to get there and then stop that kickoff return.
You know, the Mustang passing, they don't pass the ball much. Came in averaging just 45 yards a game, but they're 2 for 2 for 35 yards and a touchdown. So when they do throw, they can be effective. Here's a handoff on 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Short gain there for the running back, Barrias. Bring up second down.
That's a pretty good run on first down. You want to kind of get at least a few yards on that. But, man, the Memorial Mustangs defense is just swarming all over you. As soon as they get that ball, and then look at the tackles, the sure tackles. There's no arm tackling from Memorial at all.
You see Delgado in there along with Bagstad. And Domian in there at the end. 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. Handoff. This is Barrias again, left side. Up to about the 30-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, that 3rd and short is gonna be in the Huskies' favor. Memorial right now is adapting pretty well to the formation that the Huskies are using. They're trying to use the spread a little bit by spreading out the offense, but when you have sure tackling by your DBs and your safeties, you can spread them out from sideline to sideline. It's not going to help.
Nathan Sanchez in there, the last tackle. 3rd down and 3. Tossed to Barrias. Has trouble with the ball and loses it. But I think he recovered in time, but he's going to lose yardage, and I'll bring up a punting down. Nathan Sanchez quickly there in the backfield to stymie that one.
Well, it just tells you why Nathan Sanchez is the second leading tackler on this defensive squad. 91 tackles for Nathan. And look, he just shoots the gap, gets in there, and then again, a sure tackle.
So this brings up a punting down for the Huskies. Mustangs put on a rush, but they get the kickoff in time. Nice and high. It's going to take a Husky bounce. JoJo Williams elects not to try to return it. It's going to go all the way inside the 20 and trickle all the way about to the 11-yard line. So excellent punt there by the Huskies.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that that's the worst thing you can do as a kickoff returner for punt. And the special team coach is going to tell him, hey, JoJo, don't let that ball get behind you. You can't do that because you end up in a situation like that. At least fair catch, if you have that option, that protection, to put your hand up and fair catch that ball. Don't let it bounce and get over your head, because what happens, get behind you, and now you're closer to your own end zone. You don't want to start off that far. But knowing this kid, JoJo, and as talented as he is, he's going to make it up on the offensive side.
Yeah, probably so. He has a touchdown already, 24 yards. Mustangs did have a drive that started throwing 17. They eventually scored. In fact, they've scored on all 3 possessions so far. Here's Williams on an end around right. Has one man to beat at the jukes him at the 20. First down, still fighting his way up toward the 30. And a terrific run there. So I think he made up for it.
He made up for it. What confidence in the coaches say, hey, look, kid, JoJo, you made a mistake here. I'm going to give you the ball the first play out of this one. Make it up to me, and that's exactly what he did. Williams showing, hey, I got the speed. I'm going to take the corner. And look at that. Great blocking again. Offensive line kicking out his guy. JoJo had green space in front of me and then just made some great moves.
Yeah, terrific run there. 2 men behind Almagadders under center. They hand this off to Mendez over right tackle. It crosses the 35 up to about the 37.
And I want you to look, Mark, the next time that the Juarez-Lincoln sets up for defense, and look at the linebackers and the DBs, safeties, all cheat up. There are more than 9 men in the box right now because they're trying to stop the run. It allows now that pass play to happen. So look at that to happen. Right now, Memorial's doing such a great job offensively in play calling that might just happen. You look at the safeties, they're going to cheat up inside that 10-yard gap, and you're going to see it.
You see it on that play there as the first quarter comes to an end. We've reached the end of one. It was all Memorial in the first quarter of play. 21-0 Mustangs on a stampede right here. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
For over 35 years, Fred's Pharmacy has been blessed with great customer loyalty that has put us where we are today. Now we feel it's time that we give back to the community that has done so much for us over the years. We're proud to announce that we've partnered with McAllen ISD as the field naming rights sponsor for the next 10 years. Veterans Memorial Stadium will remain. Only the field name will change to Fred's Pharmacy Field. It's with the great pride that we make this investment for the children and the future of McAllen. Stay tuned for upcoming changes to Fred's Pharmacy to better suit your pharmaceutical needs.
And back here on football night at McAllen, just ran a play to start the second quarter. Almaguer, quarterback keeper, runs up for a gain of 4 from his own 35, or 37 rather, up to the 39, so a gain of 2 on the play.
Almaguer had nowhere to go with the ball, tucked it and ran with it, got at least a couple of yards on that. Not thought he might have gotten at least 1 yard, but at least didn't lose yardage on that one.
By the way, Mustangs
reset the
closing
play
in on
clock
200.
at 25 seconds. Start the game clock and the play clock at the correction. The game clock will start at the snap. Play clock on my signal.
Right. Mustangs closing in on 200 yards rushing for the game. They're up to 185 already, and we're just starting the second quarter. And by the way, did pick up a first down, Almaguer did, so it's 1st and 10. Mustangs at their own 39. Teams have switched ends, and Mustangs now moving left to right as Mendez carries it across the 40 up to the 42 and a gain of 3.
So in that formation that Memorial lined up in, Juarez-Lincoln decided not to cheat up. Those safeties did not cheat up. They stayed back. And I think they were looking for Almaguer to throw the ball once again. And it worked for them. Defensively, it worked for them. Let's see if they'll get in that same defensive formation.
And Almaguer has probably got an option to change the play. If he sees the DBs back, he can change to a run or change it to a play action if he wants to. Here, Almaguer's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it downfield at the 50-yard line. There's Spates there. Spates into the Husky territory to about the 45-yard line before a nice open field tackle by Brandon Garcia.
And that's exactly what you want in an option play like that. Your quarterback not even being touched on that. But the defensive end from La Joya just came in. I don't know if it was a stunt that they had or what, but he disappeared automatically, and the tackle was able to seal that gap right away and allowed them to pitch out the ball 10 yards after the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Usually the quarterback forced to make his decision at the line of scrimmage. And that time had the luxury of running downfield pretty far before he had to do that. 10.5 to play here in the first half. Mustangs on the march again. They're up 3 touchdowns. Play action. Going to throw it deep down the right side. Man open, and it's caught. That's Scugan again. Out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Big play again for the Mustangs.
Caught them cheating. And you had those DBs coming up thinking run. All of a sudden they passed the ball, and they did get some pressure, but all by himself. He had one guy in Almaguer's face, but allowed him enough time to set his feet, throw the ball, and just hit his target. And look at those 2 DBs behind the intended receiver.
A nice play there by Scugan, who already has 1 catch for a touchdown and caught that one for a gain of 34 yards to the 11-yard line. Here's Spates running sweep right side at the 5, goes in, touchdown. Campbell Spates, the freshman, an 11-yard run for the touchdown, and it is all Mustangs, 27-0 now with 10:18 to play here in the second quarter.
They have, and when I say they, the Memorial coaching staff has the defensive staff from Juarez-Lincoln off balance. They don't know what to expect. You got the number 1 defense struggling against this offense, and normally it's opposite. You have a defense that's ahead, but man, what a beautiful call playing game so far from the coaching staff.
Here's the snap to Delgado. The kick is away by Garcia and is good. Garcia now 2 for 2. And with 10:18 to play here in the second quarter, it's 28-0. Mustangs in front. They were expecting a little bit tighter game than this, but boy, the Mustangs very impressive here on their first 4 drives, getting 4 touchdowns as we see the replay here of Spates.
And as an offensive lineman, Mark, having such great ability by your running backs allows you to get up there and block ahead of time. Beautiful run, beautiful blocking.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Rio Bank gives you more ways to get your money with over 50,000 surcharge-free all-points ATMs in your neighborhood and all over the country. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And we're back here on football night in McAllen. Early second quarter, Mustangs up 28-0. That last scoring drive, 89 yards in 7 plays. 6 runs and 1 pass, but the 1 pass was effective for 34 yards. But the capper was an 11-yard run by the freshman Campbell Spates. Goes in for the touchdown. Drive only took about 3 minutes for them to go 89 yards. most of those on the ground. Here's the kick as he fielded about the 15-yard line, run across the 20, now up to the 30-yard line and still fighting, and down right there.
That was probably their best kickoff return for Juarez-Lincoln. Got to the 30-yard line. That was a deep kick, but actually still got it to 30. Good coverage by Memorial.
Yeah, Albert Martinez, number 84, getting some good blocking there from his Husky teammates, and they've got good field position here at the 31. And I'm sure at this point, just wanting to try to get a drive going. They only have one first down in this game so far. Just get a drive going. If you can get some points on the board, you still have plenty of time left in this game that maybe things can turn around. But it starts with one play at a time. And here out of the shotgun is Rodriguez going to throw it right side. They were successful in that play back in the first quarter. This time Mustangs have it covered, and it goes incomplete.
Well, the receiver for Juarez-Lincoln had those alligator arms. He heard footsteps, and I would do the same thing. I heard somebody coming my way. I'll get those alligator arms and not want to catch that ball either, because that was going to be a big hit if he did actually catch that ball.
I think that was Joey Delgado who was coming over, and he's known for
he's got 3
hammering
INTs.
opponents.
He's got 3 INTs this year.
Some big hits as well. A man goes in motion. They fake it to him. Rodriguez wants to throw, and it's caught over the middle. Caught at the 40. He'll go down right there. Domian making the tackle. I think on the catch was C.J. Flores.
He's going to be shy of that first down, but that's a big catch for Juarez-Lincoln. Right now it brings up a 3rd and short, and that's exactly what you want. Again, it opens up the playbook for you. But what a good pass, and then a gutsy catch right there.
So we got to be 3rd down and 1 for the Huskies. They're 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far this evening. Mustangs anticipating run. They hand it off. It's straight ahead, and that's goes forward enough for the first down. The carry there by Martinez. Picked up about 2 yards. Needed 1.
Who was that on the carry mark?
Martinez, 84.
Okay, Martinez. Yeah, he got hit big time as he turned around. Martinez turns and just gets hit hard. But I'm going to tell you this. This Memorial team is a very, very good tackling team. There's been very few times that you've had Juarez-Lincoln running backs or ball carriers get away from them.
Nathan Sanchez on that last tackle. Martinez goes in motion on the right side. Play action again for Rodriguez and has time. Going to throw this, and it's incomplete. Overthrew his intended man. That looked like Martinez again out of the backfield.
My eye was on number 44, Lada. I thought he was going to come in. He looked like he was going to shoot the gap. Actually went back into coverage, and there was nobody out there for Juarez-Lincoln to even find as a receiver.
You see on the replay, ball coming right into your living room there. On the coverage was Domian and the cornerback, Ace Chavez. Here on 2nd down and 10, Rodriguez wants to keep it himself. Has plenty of room, gets the first down into Mustang territory, and then forced out of bounds by the Mustangs' number 18, Luistro.
Smart play by Rodriguez. It's a read option type of play. He just carries the ball, and then he either gets to hand it off or keep it himself. Kept it himself, got that first down. He actually showed some speed in that one and some smarts getting out of bounds.
Yeah, picked up 20 yards. That's the longest run tonight from the Huskies. Stop the clock at 8:37 here in the second quarter. It's Mustangs up 28-0 right now. Huskies, this is their most successful drive so far as they hand this off, sweep to the right side, turns the corner, and gets a few yards before Backstad forces him out of bounds. On the carry was Isai Galvan.
And Galvan coming in from out of motion. And normally what they had been doing up until this point is running away from motion, and now they're running with their motion. And I think that works better because you have that extra blocker up there going towards that side and allows Galvan to get that corner and get a little bit of it. But once again, Memorial, one guy and bringing down the ball carrier.
So 2nd down and 5. Man goes in motion. It's Martinez. They fake it to him. Rodriguez wants to keep it left side this time, and is hit, knocked down by Ace Chavez, the cornerback.
And again, that hole was created with the motion coming his way and running towards motion instead of away from motion. You need that extra blocker in this kind of formation or this kind of defense that the Mustangs have. right there you see the extra blocker come out, blocks his man, and then allows that hole to come open and gets him that yardage. And the DB had to come back and crash down and get that tackle.
They were able to get a block on number 42, Bagstad, the linebacker on that side. But then Chavez rose to the occasion.
And again, you have that extra blocker when you run that motion. Utilize it, and that's what they're doing.
28-0 is our score. McAllen Memorial in front. They've had touchdowns from Mendez, Williams, Scoobin, and Wells, and Spates. So 4 touchdowns. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Football Night at McAllen.
At Lone Star National Bank, we are making a difference because we believe prosperity is best measured by the communities we help build and the lives we help change. Lone Star National Bank, proud to be the Valley's bank.
And we're back. We have an official timeout on the field. Mustangs up 28-0 our score so far. And Mustangs, their scoring drives have been good ones. They went 60 yards, 83 yards, 34 yards, and their last drive 89 yards for their touchdown. So pretty much doing everything they want.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, Mark, as a scout from another team coming in and scouting Memorial, okay, what we say is the main ball carrier. It's not just one guy.
Yeah.
4 or 5 guys that are getting the ball.
At the beginning of the year, you would have probably thought it's going to be Spates eventually, but he's a featured back. But they've got several guys they're featuring.
He's been matched with speed and aggressiveness with Mendez, showing exactly. And Coach Littleton doing such a great job with the talent that he has, utilizing the speed and then the toughness of Mendez, and then the beauty of his offensive line and the blocking scheme. And then, again, the play calling. I'm so impressed with the play calling.
Yeah, Littleton in his 14th year as head coach. In fact, he's been leading the program so long that 2 of his assistant coaches in the program are former players of his at Memorial. So, you know, you're doing something right when you got that going. Tomas Garcia, the head coach for the Huskies, I think in his 4th year as head coach for Juarez-Lincoln. And here's Juarez-Lincoln here on a 1st and 10, their own 33. Quarterback running for his life, trying to find some room. Finally does. Showed a lot of patience there to find the open hole and get up to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 8 when it looked like they had him dead to rights for about an 8-yard loss.
And that was all on him. You had the Memorial defensive lineman pushing up forward, moving those white jerseys back into his backfield. And as an offensive lineman, you cannot get those guys behind you. But look at that. You have all those blue jerseys in the backfield with him. He's running for his life, trying to get away from somebody, and it makes something out of nothing.
And I like how his offensive line never gave up. They just kept keeping on, and Rodriguez was able to finally find something. 2nd down and 2. They hand it all straight up the middle, but there's a fumble, ball loose, and the Mustangs have it.
Wow.
And the Mustangs recover after a terrific drive by the Huskies that had some promise, but Nathan Sanchez, and it looked like that ball just simply slipped out, and the Mustangs jumped on it.
That is such a heartbreaking play for that young man. You get that big hole in front of you, and all of a sudden, he's trying to switch that ball onto his running arm, and then all of a sudden just pops out. I don't think anybody really knocked it out. I just think that he was switching arms from that two-handed carry to one-handed on his right-hand side and just lost that ball.
So the Mustangs will take over 1st down at their own 18-yard line. 7:20 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. And here's Mendez on the left side. Fights his way up to about the 25, a pickup of about 7.
And if you look at this play, Mark, Mendez gets first contact in his own backfield and still gets almost 5 yards off of this carry off of first contact. Gets right there, gets an arm tackle, and it's, hey, get away from me, I'm going to keep on going forward. And just pumps his legs and gets those 5 yards. What an impressive runner.
I think Sean Cesar, one of the tacklers in there for the Huskies, along with number 27, Victor Garcia. Mustangs will come out with 3 receivers to the left side. First time we've seen that formation. And now we have, I think, a timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Memorial, they're first.
Interesting, there seemed to be a little bit of confusion on the defensive side, but it was Memorial that elected to take the timeout. That's their first timeout with 6:33 to play here in the second quarter. Mustangs up 28-0. Drive by the Huskies. It started at their 31. They drove all the way to the Memorial 25-yard line for a fumble over to the Mustangs, and the Mustangs have the ball back, so the Huskies still with the goose egg there on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Mark, you look at this offensive team and you say, okay, why did they call a timeout on that one? It was basically this: they wanted a different type of formation, or come out of that trip set into a motion, and then have the motion person move with another person after he's got set. It didn't really happen the way they were doing it, and so good coaches stop the play, say, hey, let's reset, let's do this the way we want to do it. And there's practices, right? They're going to go back to that trip set, looks like, and try that motion again.
So it'll be 2nd down and 3. You see they got the 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Almaguer in a shotgun and has a high snap, but is able to hand it off to Williams, who was the motion man. And Williams with a short gain. And taking it, that's probably not what they exactly they wanted, but they did execute it.
Well, the high snap didn't help. Almaguer, he should play basketball if he's not playing basketball, because he got up high. He's got some hops to him, get that ball, brought it down, and still made the handoff to JoJo Williams. Look how high he gets that ball and still does it.
That was some good athleticism there by Almaguer to make that happen. If that goes over his head, then the ball's trickling back near the 5-yard line. Instead, it's 3rd down and short. 3rd down and 1. Almaguer is going to be under center. He's got Mendez and Spates in his backfield. 4 down linemen. They'll hand off Mendez. Mendez hit in the backfield, but still surges forward on second effort. Has the first down as he fights his way. Part of it moving backwards, but gets up to the 34-yard line and pick up a 6.
That was 3 yards with 4 guys on top of him, Mark. That's amazing. And again, that's the type of running back he is. And Mendez will get those hard yards for you. His offensive line moving, but look, he was 1, 2, 3 guys, and he's still moving. He's still moving forward.
And unfortunately, it's going to come back as the Mustangs, I think, had an illegal formation. So it'll make it 3rd and 6, and they'll have to run a play again. So we'll see what they do here. Normally this would be a passing down for most teams, but Mustangs have been so successful on the ground. Number 1 rushing team in the district, and they've had over 200 yards in this game already. They're going to toss this left to Mendez. Once again, dodges 1 tackler, and now has the first down and more at the 30. Still going to the 40, breaks another tackle before he's shoved out of bounds at midfield.
Talk about rewarding your running back. Mendez, hard work on that last play that was brought back, rewarded with that one, saying, hey, sorry, Mendez, we're going to give you the ball again. Go ahead and get that first down. But look, he just shows he's not only a between the tackles kind of running back. He's a guy that can go on the outside and got that corner and got big yardage off of that one.
A nice downfield block by the receiver, Nick Dovad. He got the ball all the way up to the Mustang 49-yard line to pick up a 21 yards on 3rd down and 6. Impressive running here by the Mustangs crew here in this game. And Mendez, Spates, Williams, Scoogin through the air, and here's a whistle before they can run it.
Timeout. Memorial, their second.
So the Mustangs take their second timeout. 5:15 to go here before halftime, and Mustangs up 28-0. This drive started when Sanchez recovered a fumble back inside the 20 to stop the Huskies, so the Mustangs want to get something going. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. And how about that, the cross-country team from McAllen Memorial, district champions. Congratulations to them. McAllen Memorial football can win a district championship with a win here tonight, as we see Mendez fighting on second and third effort, picks up about 9 yards and is close to another first down.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to see track season with the Memorial Mustang running backs and the speed that they have in the backfield with Williams and just Williams alone. And you look at Mendez. getting hit in the backfield once again, and breaks that arm tackle and keeps on going forward. Brings up a second and short situation for Memorial.
And the clock continues to move. This drive started with 7:20 on the clock, now at 4:40 and counting. So we see Mendez and Spates. Both men have touchdowns here tonight, along with Williams and Scugan. Play action for Almagad. Wants to throw left, nothing there. Now running downfield and loses the football, but it looks like it's recovered by one of his teammates. I think Aaron Ramirez, the right guard, fell on it, and the Mustangs dodge a bullet.
Those penalty flags that are thrown, I think it's against Memorial.
On the offense, 28. Be a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay, second down.
So luckily for Memorial, they got that penalty. That helped them a little bit. But I'm going to tell you this, that Juarez-Lincoln was in the right defense at the right time for that one, and just knocked out Almaguer's hand. And Ramirez doing a great job getting on that ball, being the alert lineman that he was.
I think on the tackle there was number 90, Javier Monreal. 4:05 to go here before halftime. Mustangs still have one timeout left. They backed up to their own 48, handed off Mendez. Carries one defender across midfield up to about the 46-yard line. He kind of reminds me of Earl Campbell in his early days. The way he just keeps on churning.
You gotta love those kind of runners that are just moving their feet constantly and then carrying guys forward. You can tell right there, he can squat a lot just because of the fact that he can show he's moving guys forward. You got to have those strong legs as a runner, as a fullback that he is, to move those guys with you on a play like that.
Clock running at 3.5 to go before halftime. Split backfield behind Almagad. Going to hand it off Mendez. Spates lead block as he fights his way across the 40. First down and more. Carries two defenders all the way down to the 32-yard line in the Joya territory.
And I think he looks for contact just so he can justify getting 5 more yards off the first contact, because he puts his head down and just keeps on moving forward. If you look at the end of this play, he's going to put his head down and say, "Somebody, I dare you to tackle me." 3 guys with him, and he's still moving guys. That's amazing. 3 white jerseys all over.
Yeah. 7th play of the drive. I think Gutierrez was one of the 3 tacklers there for the Huskies. The Mustangs will hand this off. Spates into round right side, is hit at the line of scrimmage, still going. Breaks another tackle at the 20, breaks into the open field, and he's in for the touchdown. Campbell Spates with his second touchdown run of the evening, and the Mustangs extend their lead to 34-0.
You're talking about Mendez right now, his ability to break tackles. Spates right there, not going down. First contact, gets his shoulder pads low, and he gets in there and gets that off that tackle and gets that touchdown. Just an amazing run.
So Delgado will be in there to hold for the extra point. Ricky Garcia is the kicker. Here's the try. Good snap, good hold, kick up and away, and it's good. And Garcia now 3 for 3, and Memorial leads it 35-0 with 2:45 to go before halftime, following that 32-yard run by Campbell Spates.
And if you watch this replay, you're going to see Spates get hit. Puts his shoulder pads down right there. Down, knows he's got contact. They don't wrap up. Puts his arm down and just keeps on going forward. And that's exactly what you want. You're going to get hit, keep your balance, and if you don't get wrapped up, keep on going forward. That's what you want from a running back. And then I got to hand it to the running backs coach, doing a great job in teaching these kids the right way of running with the ball.
Well, here's the offensive coaches are Thibaut Gonzalez, Octavio Ayarvidas, J.R. Cantu, Robert Hasso, and Julian Silva and Garrett Pollard, all doing an excellent job here tonight.
And you can tell that this team's a well-coached team. But what do you expect from Littleton? Coach Littleton does a great job every year.
And he lost his offensive coordinator after 13 years, Marcus Kaufman, who took the head coaching job at PSJA North. But the offense has not lost any slack from last year. So we see Harley Vargas back to receive this. And here's Garcia with the kick. So we fielded about the 8-yard line for the Huskies. Across the 15. Now the 20 hit and goes down to about the 25-yard line.
Nice move right there by Vargas. Vargas taking the last second move and getting at least 4 or 5 yards off of that one move.
By the way, Mustangs over 300 yards rushing in the first half, 311.
You know, and you were hoping it was going to be more of a battle, defense versus offense, one versus ones. But worst case scenario for Juarez-Lincoln, coming all this way over here and trailing by so many points in the first half.
I'm sure they want to see if they can get something going, to have something positive to go into the locker room at halftime. They do have all 3 of their timeouts, 2:38 to go. Hand off to Barrias, trying to get right side. He's got 3 defenders there, nowhere to go, and he's going to be knocked down for a loss of a yard.
Well, 2 things with that. It showed Memorial's speed on their defense. Of course, we talk about the offense speed, but the defensive speed as well. They stretch out the play, and then being disciplined in your own gap, knowing what your responsibilities are, and then bringing down the tackle or bringing down the ball carrier.
Yeah, Backstab there with the tackle. We saw Joey Delgado, the safety, was actually blitzing on the play. Might have been anticipating pass. And here again, the Mustangs try to string this out, and they do effectively. And it's going to be another loss of a yard for Barrias.
I think that was Sanchez with a penetration, number 7. Get in the backfield, and if you have that penetration, there's no way you're going to get your offensive clicking. You got to give your running backs at least some opportunity. And Sanchez, Nathan Sanchez, getting that big tackle.
A good play by Sanchez. Also, defensive lineman Ivan Sanchez coming in there at the end as well. So they've lost 2 yards on 2 plays. It's 3rd down and 12. Minute and a half to go here before halftime. I'm sure this half can't end any sooner for the Huskies. Rodriguez back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Now the ball is knocked loose. An offensive lineman dives on it, and I think the Huskies still have it, and they do. Huskies offensive lineman Oliver Chapa.
Memorial, their 3rd and final timeout.
Was that number 1 El Paso that caused that fumble?
Timeout for an injury.
We'll see if we can see on the replay. El Paso definitely coming in there from his defensive end spot. And here's a look at the replay. You see Rodriguez wanted to throw, but never really had time.
El Paso, yeah.
Yeah, good job by El Paso there. Not only wrapped up the quarterback, but stripped the football as well.
Well, that's why he's the leading sack leader for this team. 6 sacks this year. He's got that penetration. I always find it weird, a defensive lineman wearing a single-digit number.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
You see it a lot more in college, and it didn't happen in high school very much. But they stayed traditional, and, of course, in the NFL. But college really got these kids thinking about the single digits.
Yeah, I think players usually want to emulate their favorite professional players, so they'll wear the jersey number of someone in the pros, but that is a bit unusual. Let's take a break while we have time out on the field. 35-0 Mustangs. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Tired of games, gimmicks, and tricks at other dealerships? Come to Bogus on either end of the valley and get a real deal. It's better at Bogus in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFords.com.
Can you get it? And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Mustangs leading at 35-0. They've scored touchdowns. Trevor Spates has 2 tonight. Scoobin, Williams, and Mendez have the others. And with a minute 16 to go here before halftime, it's all Mustangs in front. And back from the timeout, 4th and 19. So the Huskies in a punting formation. We'll talk to our superintendent, Dr. J.A. Gonzalez, here in just a moment. Here's the snap for the punt. Mustangs put on a little bit of a rush, but the punt is off and fielded by JoJo Williams at the midfield and reverses his field. Now has room down at the 40 into Husky territory. Is caught from behind and knocked out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So the Mustangs in good field position here again with 58 seconds left before halftime. And Dr. Gonzalez, what are your thoughts on the game so far? Pretty impressive for the Mustangs.
So far, so good. The Mustangs are playing hard. You can tell that the coaches prepared them very well. So we're excited about the way the boys are playing. And it's always nice to see a game plan come together like that. And I know they're playing for a district championship tonight, so we're very proud of our Mustangs.
Yeah, if they win the district title outright. That's kind of unusual to clinch it this early if they are able to do that. The Mustangs here on a 1st and 10. They go with a full house backfield. They're going to hand this off on a sweep to the right side, and that looks like Williams again. And Williams fights his way up to about the 25, and he'll be just short. And now you used to coach sports. You coach football. I know you played football. Did you coach football as well?
I coached football, basketball, and track, and those are some of the best years in my professional career, because coaches have such a profound impact on student athletes, and it's just real special to see. So the years that I spent coaching were some of my favorite, and my father was a football coach as well, and I know that he was always very proud of the years that he spent coaching and had a positive impact on all of the coaches, all the students that he coached back in Hebbronville. So that was always nice to hear those stories as well.
And the Mustangs, out of timeouts, are forced to clock the ball, so it stops it with 24 seconds left. And they have the ball now facing a third down situation at the 24-yard line. Might be in field goal range, and they're just out of it right now, but that might be an option for them here a little later on. And tell us a little bit about some of the things we've got going on. I know academically in the district you oversee all of the 33 schools and 24,000 students. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that are going on out there.
Well, some of the things that are going on that we're very proud of is we have our science, technology, engineering, arts, and math program. Our STEAM program is off and running. Our IB, our Achieve Early College program, our AP and dual enrollment programs are all running well, but every one of those programs is really working hard to incorporate robotics and rocketry and a lot of computer science and coding into it. So it's nice to see that our district is moving in that direction as we move deeper into the 21st century.
And I understand there's a couple of teachers that are getting some training, aren't they, on robotics and even things like underwater welding?
Yeah, we're real proud of that. I know that robotic competitions are now a UIL state event, so we want to win state in robotics, and so our teachers are getting trained in the computer science and coding necessary.
Wow, that's a nice kick, wasn't it?
That was a long field goal.
The 41-yard field goal attempt by Ricky Garcia is good with 11 seconds before halftime. And the Mustangs extend the lead to 38-0. Go ahead and continue about that.
Well, back on the STEAM, it's really the science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And as I was mentioning, that robotics is now a state competition. So we're trying to position ourselves right now to create the best teams that we can create, number one, so we can compete on the state level, but more than that, because we know how important those jobs are going to be in the future with regard to computer science and coding and all the things that go into science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Well, as we looked at the replay, we saw the ball just barely shave the left post there. So a very close shave there by Garcia, but it is good. It's 38-0 our score. And I know we've got some things. There's things going on every weekend throughout the year, not just athletics, but I know there's chess. There's a chess tournament coming up this weekend, and I think a UIL tournament as well, isn't there?
That's one of the things we're working on. We're trying to build our chess program, and our elementaries are doing a tremendous job with chess. And not only that, but we've taken the elementary UIL academics down to a different level, because we didn't offer it in the past, and now that we believe that we're going to get some traction as they get into middle school and high school. So we're excited about chess and UIL academics and athletics and fine arts and all the wonderful things that are going on in our district. Very proud of our students.
And this, by the way, was touched in the open field, so the player has no choice but to try to run it out. Does not get out of the end zone.
25-yard line.
Okay, he did get out. It was a touchback. I thought it might be a safety.
We're at halftime.
And we're at halftime. Before we go to break, tell us about one more thing. I know we just recently had our McAllen Education Foundation awarded some grants. Tell us a little bit about that. I know some of them were chess grants.
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate to have the McAllen Education Foundation on our team. I know that this group of individuals do a tremendous job working with the district to provide teachers and students with scholarships and with monies necessary to make things happen. So we're excited for the MEF and all they do.
Great job by them. 20 grants benefiting over 3,000 kids. So it was terrific. Here's a look at the highlights package as we go to break. It was all Mustangs in the first half. They lead 38-0. We'll hear from the marching bands for the Huskies and Mustangs here at halftime. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Foundation, we want to award y'all one of our grants.
The McAllen Education Foundation supports teachers in their quest to provide enterprising lessons and unforgettable experiences for their students. This year, they awarded 20 grants, which will benefit an estimated 3,000 students.
Rio Bank gives you more ways to get your money with over 50,000 surcharge-free all-points ATMs in your neighborhood and all over the country. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.